Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I'm actually back with another part of my state series, my 50 state series, where we are going through and creating builds based on the 50 states in the US. This has been a series that I've been slowly working on over the last couple of years. It's been a lot of fun. And basically what I do is I look up some facts and things about each state to try and incorporate something that's a little bit different and represent that and give me a fun way to come up with a slightly different build than I typically do in The Sims. But I also look at a lot of Zillow listings of homes in that area and try to incorporate some of those, whether they're realistic or not, or they're just fun, quirky things. For example, the very first build I ever did was actually for, I believe, for Wyoming. And so I incorporated a lot of things from that state that were realistic to that area, but I also saw a bunch of homes on Zillow that had carpeted bathrooms and funky colored walls and things like that. So I tried to incorporate that. But for today, we are actually focusing on the state of West Virginia. This is one that was actually requested quite a bit by y'all. And so I thought that we would tackle it here today, and I really hope I did it justice. I decided to build here in the world of Copperdale, as I had read a lot about West Virginia being a very, a main focus there being mining, and Copperdale is a mining town in the Sims 4, so I thought that that made a lot of sense. So that is what I ended up doing here. West Virginia was known for coal mining, whereas Copperdale, I'm assuming, is copper. But I thought that that was a good spot for this. But let me tell you a little bit about West Virginia, because that is always one of the things I do in these builds, is I tell you all about the state, the fun facts I found, the general facts I found, and also, create a build that's inspired by it. It might not be perfect. It might not be your experience, but definitely let me know how I did. If you've been to West Virginia, if you live in the area, I would love to know. And of course, let me know what state you would like to see next. I think this is our 16th or 17th state we've done. But anyway, West Virginia is an eastern U.S. state in the tree-covered Appalachian Mountains. It's the only state actually completely within the Appalachian Mountain range, so it's been given the nickname the Mountain State. It is bordered by Pennsylvania to the north and east, Maryland to the east and northeast, Virginia to the southeast, and Kentucky to the southwest, and lastly, Ohio to the northwest. I decided to go for a little hill on this lot and have the house kind of built into a hill, because that was something I had personally gotten suggestions to do from some of y'all from the area, to have a little house on a hill. And if I could do some sort of split leveling, this doesn't exactly have split leveling, but you enter on the top floor and then there's a basement that is a garage space on the bottom floor. It's kind of hard to explain, but I also saw a ton of houses that look similar to this when I was researching. The cities that I primarily looked in were, let me see if I can find the list, because I wrote them down. I know I looked in the capital of Charleston, but where else did I look? I have it written down here somewhere. We will get to it at some point. But to continue on some more fun facts or just general facts about West Virginia, it is the 10th smallest state by area and ranks as the 12th least populous state with a population of 1.7 million. And yes, that capital city is Charleston, West Virginia. And West Virginia is comparable in size to the countries of Latvia and Lithuania. If you live outside the US, if you wanted a size comparison for how big this state is. But with that, you also don't have to travel very far to see the world. That was a corny way that they phrased it on one of the sites I was looking on. But basically, West Virginia holds a record for having the most towns named after cities in other countries. And this includes Athens, Berlin, Cairo, Calcutta, Geneva, and Shanghai. Those are all in West Virginia, which I thought was really interesting. But West Virginia was admitted to the Union on June 20th, 1863, and was a key border state during the American Civil War. And it was the home to the first land battle of the Civil War in 1861. Oh, these are some of the states that I looked at, which are notable cities. So, of course, the capital of Charleston, but I also looked in Huntington, Parkersburg, Morgantown, and Wheeling, West Virginia. Those are the ones I focused on to get some ideas for this build. And it was quite interesting. I really like how this home comes out. It ends up being a two-ish bedroom. So there's like a primary bedroom, like main bedroom on the top floor. And then I have the garage converted into a bedroom, sort of. I was kind of thinking that this was an older Sims home and maybe their like teenage or young adult grandchild ended up crashing with them. So they tried to, throw something together in the basement and make it in like the garage basement space and make it habitable for them. That was the idea anyway. Continuing on to the facts I have. Coal used to be the leading industry in West Virginia, but it's actually tourism now. And also the New River Gorge Bridge in Fayetteville is the longest steel arch bridge in the United States, spanning 1,815 feet across in the New River Canyon. And actually, New River is actually one of the oldest rivers in the world, contrary to its name. And it flows north or south to north, opposite from most rivers, because it was formed before the mountains. Outside here, I'm just decorating the upper portion. I wanted to have like a raised yard outside and have a chicken coop. I thought that would be nice to have a little bit of farming, but not much. I just wanted to have like your average little home here. And I think it's really cozy. I have like the kitchen when you first walk in. The living room is out the back where you have access to the side yard. I did so much landscaping on this lot. It took me a really long time, but this is going to be that kitchen space. I used a lot of like earthy tones in here, tried to keep it a little bit dated. Like I said, I was kind of imagining that the Sim living here is a grandparent or maybe two grandparents. It's up to you what you would like to have in this home. But I based it off a lot of the homes I was looking at, and a lot of them had more dated or traditional furniture in them. And a lot of the fixtures were that way as well. And I try to incorporate that into the estate series as I see fit. And that's definitely what I did here. But of course, I had to get my cutting boards in here. I need them in every build. I also got some cute canisters over here, as well as a microwave, and just cluttering up the kitchen, trying to make it look lived in. Used the counters that came with cottage living. I felt like they really fit the vibe of this entire home. And I was quite happy with it. This is a very simple shaped home, but I felt like it took a lot of work to create because of the two levels, like the 2-level entrance and the garage space downstairs with all of the terrain manipulation. And I don't know if this is a build I would have created if it weren't for this series. So this is another example of why I like doing these builds so much. This and like our Zodiac series, it gives me inspiration that's outside of just a generic, hey, can you build a home for this Sim? It gives me more to go on because I look into the area, I look into facts about it, I look at actual listings of homes, and I try and incorporate it all together into that space. I put the cardinal feather there because I read that there's a lot of cardinals there. I don't remember where I read that, and I didn't write it down, but that was something that came to mind while I was building this, so I did include that. So, continuing on to our facts, I only have a few more left. I usually forget to read them all, and then by the end I'm just like spewing out facts, but apparently we started the video that way today. So Harrisville is home to America's oldest dime store, which is called Burdine's 5 and Dime, which has been continuously operating since 1908, which I thought was pretty cool. Also, West Virginia is the third most forested state. The Monongahela, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, National Forest covers nearly 1 million acres of land and spans across 10 counties. And then the last few I have I thought were a little bit more fun. The first brick street in the world was laid in Charleston on Summer Street, which is quite cool. This one's a little bit sad. The largest sycamore tree in the world was located in Webster Springs until it fell in 2010 when it was estimated to be over 500 years old. And I can't get through a West Virginia build without mentioning what everyone thinks of the second they think of West Virginia, which is Take Me Home, Country Roads, which is a song by John Denver. The song is actually considered a symbol of West Virginia, and in March 2014, it became one of the 4 official state anthems of West Virginia. So I was listening to that earlier today while I was doing some editing and writing down all of the facts that I wanted to go over in this video. So I thought I would mention that. But anyway, now that we got all the facts out of the way, I can focus more on telling you what the thought process was. So we're in the bathroom now. I did already decorate the living space and It came together quite nicely. I used some of the new items that came with the basement clutter kit. I love the like recliner that looks exactly like every like grandparent's recliner, and I thought it fit in this home quite well. In the bathroom here, I just used the same counters that I used in the kitchen to create a counter space by the sink. And then I'm cluttering it up with a few items. So we have like toothpaste and creams and your soap to wash your hands with, as well as some combs and stuff. Those are all from the bathroom clutter kit. I think that's a pretty good kit. I use it quite a bit. I understand if you don't like cluttering up spaces, it's all very tiny items, but it was right up my alley, the kind of stuff I like to include in my builds. So I do use it quite a bit. I also got a few more pieces from there. So we have like some extra toilet paper and a hair dryer. I just really wanted the space to feel lived in. And then I got some messy towels here on the wall as well. And I believe a painting. And then I should be getting the little rugs that came with that kit that like are the toilet rug. I associate this with like older homes quite a bit. I've never had one of those toilet rugs. I don't know why. But I thought it would look nice here. Anyway, this is the main primary bedroom. I am using this base game bed that I think was perfect for the colors I was going for. I also love the green carpeting I'm using in this house. It's so perfect. I saw a lot of like fun colored carpet when I was looking through some of the houses in these areas. And I opted for the green just because it blended in a little bit more with the like overall design I was going for on the inside of this build. But it probably would have been a funkier color if I decided to solely go off of what I was seeing. I was seeing like maroon, like bright but dark at the same time. Red carpets was something I was seeing a lot of, but I thought this green looked nice here. And then I'm just getting a couple of mirrors in this space. And then we should be heading down into the basement, this little garage space. I was thinking they had like a pull-out couch down here. So I'm combining the basement treasures couch with a bed from the dumpster from Eco Lifestyle to make it look like a pull-out couch. This is also where like the laundry and stuff is. And it's been decorated a little bit by their like grandchild that is staying with them, but I wanted to also make it look like, you know, this is a storage space. So we do have like trunks and chairs and stuff. I used a lot of that new kit down here because it just fits so perfectly for this space. But I ended up putting some posters and stuff around, and there's some like games and stuff over here on top of the washer and dryer. Just really trying to tell that story. I typically don't like have a very strong concept of a family living in a space when I'm doing a state build. But for this one, since I was really wanting to have a bedroom in the garage space, I thought that this would make the most sense, and I really like it. I think it's a fun one. I had a lot of fun with this build. It was cool to combine the things that I was seeing, like facts about the area, as well as like the houses that I was seeing on Zillow, plus a couple of things that y'all had mentioned. I had people mentioning coal camp houses, something about in the mountains, some sort of split leveling, and I was seeing specifically this shape of house quite a bit, and lots of saying doing a house on a hill. So I did a house on a hill. So hopefully you like it. Definitely let me know what you think of this build. I think it came out really cute, but I'm always like really worried that it's not going to be exactly right. But generally speaking, I feel like I get a pretty good handle on these and come up with something that at least to some extent is reminiscent of each state. Definitely let me know what state you would like to see next. I was talking in my Discord recently saying I was either going to do West Virginia or California, and then I ended up doing West Virginia. So maybe I will do California sometime soon. The urge is very strong to do something Craftsman inspired in the New World because that is actually based off of Oakland, California. So doing something there would make sense. But let me know if you have other ideas for that state or for any state, because I would like to do some more of these soon. I think they are so much fun, and I go for long periods of time without doing state series builds. So I think it would be nice to do some more. Also, as we are getting to the end of the video here, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for 200,000 subscribers. We just hit that last night, and that means a lot to me. Thank you everyone that has been here and supported through all of this. It just means the world. I don't know how to form a like thank you or explain how much it means to me, but I needed to say something. So thank you so much. This is just us finishing up the living room. I realized I didn't really decorate above the couch, so I'm trying to figure out what to put here. I do some like bait for fishing, and I get some portraits and stuff as well. Just kind of going through the whole catalog, trying to figure out what I could possibly put here and make it look nice, since it's kind of a weird cutout space. since I wanted to have that half wall in the kitchen so you could view into the living room, which I think is quite nice. I really like that. But I ended up going with these portraits and rearranging some stuff here. And I believe I put a clock up top or a different decoration. Oh, no. I put the sun up there. I was thinking of doing a clock, but I think that looks quite nice here. I was very happy with that. And then I'm just adding some wood paneling there to finish it off. And then we should be heading on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this build. Definitely let me know what you think. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more and click that bell to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy those screenshots, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.